All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadosh.
double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and South Asian brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Known as the hopeful elect, really known as the elect. If you endure. Like the title says, gonna just grab the precept that's quoted right there. You cannot serve the Lord. This is let's get to Acts 17. These worship by man's hands. This is Joshua 24, and I'm gonna get to the point. This is Joshua 24:19. And Joshua said unto the people, "Ye cannot serve Yahawah, for he is a holy power, he is a jealous power, he will not forgive your transgressions, nor your sins." All right, so the Lord is perfect, man. We come in before a perfect power. All right, we're imperfect beings coming before a perfect power, man. All right, we got to keep that in mind. Man. We're going to go through different shit because the Lord is perfect and He's beholding our every move, man. And that's what Job said. Job asked, "Why are you watching us like that, man?" But that's what it is, man. When you come into this truth, you come into the light of the Lord, man. And you're going to be corrected. You're going to be chastised, man. We're not perfect, so we can't be perfect for the Lord. And we got to get challenged for that, man. Because the Lord has perfect judgments. You do wrong, you receive chastisement. Or you do wrong, you receive destruction. And it's better to get chastised than to be destroyed, man. Like the brother Yahawah always going to, man, chastisement means to correct for more excellence. That's the difference. In fact, this is Jeremiah 10:24. In fact, I'm gonna start it up. This is Jeremiah 10:23. "Oh Yahawah, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Oh Yahawah, correct me, but with judgment, not in thy anger, lest thou bring me to nothing." All right? This is the power we're dealing with, man, the omnipotent power that controls everything, even our steps. So we're going to be corrected. All right? We're trapped in sinful flesh. Okay? You got the Acts 17?
17:1.
24.
Acts 17:24. It says, "The Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that He is Lord of heaven and earth, dwells not in temples made with hands." That's not it.
Yeah, next verse.
Okay, come. "Neither is He working with any man's hands, as though He needed anything, seeing He giveth to all life and breath and all things."
Right, so what does the Lord need from us that we got to worship Him? All right? Nothing. He made us. Okay? He put the Spirit in us, the gift of faith to even believe in Him. All right? So whatever comes our way, we're going to have to deal with it, man. Understand it's for correction. All right? And that's that simple, man. All right, so 2 and 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble."
So we're going through trouble. We gotta be patient. We can't make haste. We gotta. The next verse will say, "Cleave unto the Lord."
Cleave unto Him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
There you go. So we gotta cleave unto the Lord, man. No matter what the fuck is happening, man. Especially considering we go off. Everything the Lord does is righteous judgment. That's Wisdom of Solomon 12th chapter. I already said the Lord. Damn, I don't want to butcher. I'm gonna grab it. This is well, y'all brothers done this, man. Too, you already know.
The Psalm 38:1 says, "Oh Yahawah, rebuke me not in thy wrath, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure." All right, because we're constantly going off, man. All right, the Lord has to destroy us and bring us back for all the things that we have done, man. All right, it's good to talk about. It's the Lord's mercy that we're not consumed.
Right. Right. That's the point. It's the mercy. That word mercy means love and kindness. So the Lord doesn't punish us as much as we deserve. but he's still going to correct us. So I grab that, I believe it's Jeremiah 30:11. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 15. For so much then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that not deserve to be punished. But thy power is the beginning of righteousness, and because thou art the Lord of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. All right, so the Lord is gracious, man. He's merciful. All right, but he's also a power of righteous judgments. So what does that mean? Even as his sons, if we go off, we're going to get corrected. All right, and we got to man up and deal with it, man. All right, we're going to take it. And ultimately, we're going to praise the Lord that it's not for our destruction. All right, that's another thing, man, because the Lord can easily cast you out and destroy you. So it's best for us that we take it, we repent, all right, and keep seeking the Lord. How about you, shall we cleave unto him? And what did Job say? Though the Lord slay me, I will keep my integrity. That's the spirit we got to be in.
Jeremiah 30:11. For I'm with thee, saith Yahawah, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee. So I will correct thee in measure, will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
There you go. So the Lord said he's going to make a full end of the heathens. Because they ain't his sons, you know. He said he ain't going to make a full end of us, right? But he still said, I will correct thee in measure. I won't leave you unpunished. So we're going to go, that's why we in where we at now. All right? That's why we in hell, Babylon the Great. Because the Lord is the power of judgments, man. He loves judgment. All right? But in the day, he's going to give us that mercy as long as we endure, man. Really, as long as he wants us, as long as we put the spirit in us to endure. And that's the whole point, man. It's all about the Lord want to do, so we got to move with fear, man. We got to move with fear, so the wise man fears all things. All right? The Lord can be, Sirach 18, it says, who has not offended, man. All right? You never know what you're doing, man, to anger the Lord. Hey, Moses hit a rock and got put to death into the Holy Land because of that. All right?
Lamentations 3:22. We'll get to the point. Lamentations 3:22. It is the Lord Yahawah outside mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not. They are new every morning, great is thy faithfulness. All right? Hey, it's the Lord's compassion, man. All right? Hey, it's the Lord's he put a lot of thought, all right, about how he's gonna correct us and how he's gonna judge us, man. All right? Like the brother was saying, how Moses hit the rock instead of speaking to it. Okay, yeah, Jonah actually ran and told the Lord what he wasn't gonna do, man. Okay? All right, but guess what? The Lord had compassion on him, man. He forcefully made him do without destroying him, man. All right, first he was on that shipwreck. We on the boat, getting tossed around, you know. Hey, his compassion and the love he had for Israel, man, is it's more than we can show him, you know.
The gospel said that the Lord was called an austere man. The Lord is very particular, man. All right. This is Numbers. I'm trying to find when the Lord held up. You know what? This is Exodus 17. This is Exodus 17. I believe it's Exodus 17. Yeah, this is Exodus 17 and 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and wrecked it. Everybody know the account when the prophet told that man to smite him, and he didn't want to smite him, and the Lord put him to death if he didn't smite that prophet. Then came Amalek, I think the lion ate him. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and wrecked him. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. All right, so Lord in particular, in order for us to win that battle, guess what? Moses had to keep his hands up no matter what. And if he put them down, Israelites would get put to death. If the Lord wants something done, he wants it done in that particular fashion. All right, and we're not perfect. So what does that mean? We're going to get chastened, and we're going to be corrected. We're going to go through afflictions, man, and rightfully so. All right. So we got to take that mind to accept it, that might be accepting mind, man. I bear the information of the Lord because I have sinned. All right, and then we keep pushing and hoping for mercies, man. And what King David said after he went off in Psalm 51, he prayed to the Lord to cast him away because he sinned. That's the spirit we got to be in, man. Pray and hope that the Lord keep us, man. All right. The Lord can get pissed off and take you off for anything. Now, Lord willing, through the Spirit, we're not calling this thing to wrath, but we still got to move with fear. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
It's more the time when the Lord told me to go in one way, or don't even do that city.
Is it the one in 1 Kings?
He told the prophet, it was the prophet that told the regular man to smite him. Let me see.
I think I get it.
All right, go ahead.
1 Kings 20 and 35. And a certain man of the sons of the prophets said unto his neighbor, "In the word of the Lord, smite me, I pray thee." And the man refused to smite him. Then said he unto him, "Because thou hast not obeyed the voice of the Lord, behold, as soon as thou art departed from me, a lion shall slay thee. And as soon as he was departed from him, a lion found him and slew him."
There you go, man. And you would think, damn, he was in the right spirit because he didn't smite a prophet. But no, man. If the Lord tell you to do something, that's what it is. He got put to death for not hitting the prophet. The Lord is particular, austere. And we are weak, feeble frames, man. All right, so we hope for mercy. All right, we move with fear. We got to keep that mindset, man, because the Lord, he sees all, man. And we've come into that light. All right, someone get that John 3, and whatever else y'all got. That John 3, I believe starting at 18. He that comes to the light, his deeds shall be reproved. The Lord, he's watching us, man. He's seeing everything we do. And as his beloved sons, he owns us. No, don't do that, son. No, do this. No, do it like that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Now, this is cool. And he's a good foreman, man.
This is John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither coming to the light, lest their deeds should be reproved.
God, hey, you come into this light, your deeds are going to be reproved. And guess what? Back to the second chapter. Hey, guys, you got something?
Yeah, I got it right.
Oh, that boy.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved."
So we constantly get reproved. All right? Constantly, and that's in the book of Job, man. It said the Lord speaketh once, yea twice, and man prevaileth not. So we going through it. All right? You stub your toe on something, hey, that's a correction. That shit hurt. Hit your shin on the edge of your bed, the metal. That shit hurt, man. But hey, all that, the Lord chastened you, man. There's no such thing as coincidence. The Lord thought about everything, man. And quite frankly, and we all deserve death. All right, he said, "We'll punish less than our iniquity deserve." So we still get mercy. All right, but like a good father, the Lord reproves us often. All right, we don't settle on our leave, so we don't get relaxed in hell. And ultimately, so we can, in his righteous judgment, can show we can get the kingdom.
Amos 9 and 8. To behold, the eyes of Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom, now destroy from the face of the earth. Now not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, man. All right. Hey, although we're mixed here, hey, the Lord is going to assist Israel and save that remnant, man. Although that we all deserve death, man. All right, because when these calamities and stuff hit, hey, the Lord is going to separate, man. Okay, and some of us have done deeds that are worthy of death, man. All right, some of us were adulterers and thieves and murmurers, man. All right, hey, we've committed sins that are punishable by death, man. All right, but like we reiterate, man, it's the Lord's mercy, man. You know, the Lord, that Levi when he grabbed the ark, when nobody was supposed to touch it.
That's another thing. That's a good point. That shows how particular the Lord is, because he was trying to keep the ark from falling over, and the Lord still put it to death. This is the power we're dealing with, man. So really, when we're going through chastisements, we should be really fucking happy. That's all it is. Because it's chastisement, it's not judgment, and it's hot displeasure. Because it could be a lot worse.
This 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 30, bro, I was. Go ahead, understand that. It says, for this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when
we got it. For one, we should we got to be in the mindset of one, trying to be cautious and correct ourselves as much as possible. All right, to keep us from as much shit as possible, man. The fear of the Lord drives away sins. All right, so we got to judge ourselves, man. All right.
Okay. It says, but when we are judged, we are chastened of Yahawah, that we should not be condemned with the world.
So when we do, because we in the flesh, we're gonna miss some stuff. King David prayed for his secret sins. All right. So we sin all day long at times. You don't even fucking know it. And I ain't talking about just because you're wearing some mixed fabric, man. Certain shit you say, think, do. All right. And the Lord is one way gonna chasten us, but He chastening us. We don't got to get destroyed with the rest of the world, man. So that's mercies. All right. Hey, the Lord is a holy power, man. He's perfect. He said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees it all, man.
Right. I got one more. This 2 Maccabees 6 and 12. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastising of our nation. So hey, how about just chastising our nation, man? All right, just making sure that we get all those wrongdoings out of us, all those sins, man. You know, it's not for destruction; it's just to better us. And it says, for it is a token of His great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations whom Yahawah patiently forbear to punish till they become to the fullness of their sins, so did He with us, lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards He should take vengeance of us. All right, so hey, when we go off, the Lord corrects us automatically. Right. As contrary to the other nations, man. They sins build up, then the Lord hit them with that, ultimate judgment. And it says, and therefore he never withdrawn His mercy from us, and though He punished with adversity, yet doth He never forsake His people. But let this that we have spoken be for a warning unto us, and now will we come to the declaring of the matter in a few words. So hey, how about now? Shad is just trying to make sure that our nation is on right. Not following out these other nations, not going off. This chastisement is just for a betterment.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and 5, and it reads, thou shalt also consider in thine heart that if a man chastises his son, so Yahawah, thy power chastises thee. Alright, so it's like if you have a son, man, and you see him going off, man, what are you gonna do, man? You're gonna correct him, man. You're gonna chastise him, man. And same thing with the Lord with us, man. All right, with these different afflictions that we're going through, man. He just chastises. He just chastenizing us, man, to make us perfect. All right. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord, thy power to walk in his ways and to fear him. So, hey, man, we gotta keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, man, and have the fear of the Lord, man. All right.
With Solomon 16 and 24, for the creature that serveth thee, who art the maker, increases his strength against the unrighteous for their punishment, and abateth his strength for the benefit of such as put their trust in thee. When you go in that word abateth means to hold back, man. All right, so these sinners, the unrighteous, you're gonna get the full brunt, the Lord's judgment, man, the full anger of the Lord's wrath, man. All right, as for us, man, we're gonna get less than what we're gonna get less than what he's gonna do to them, man. All right, he's gonna hold back his wrath. That's why he corrects us. He corrects us and chastises us little by little, man. He doesn't just give us the full of judgment. All right. And when Jake come up to the camp, they want to shoot and all the other things. Hey, the Lord holds that back, man. It just let us get chastised and puts us in remembrance, man, how fragile our lives are, man.
Somebody, you get that Psalm 51, the sacrifice of the Lord is a broken spirit and straight heart. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? So we're promised immortality. And yet we do the works of death, man. Paul mentioned that in Romans 7. The body is death, right? And the devil has promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, being most wicked, are made vain. All right, that's Romans 8. It said we're subject to vanity, man. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly. And that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. We got to accept that. Now we got to acknowledge that, man. That we walked in the most wicked ways of all, man. If there should be shown a paradise whose fruit endured forever, wherein in security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. But we have walked in unpleasant places. Ezra is saying, basically, he was saying, hey, nobody will get the kingdom because nobody can live perfectly, right? And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is going upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. So that's the battle. We walk this path, man. All right, we fall up the Yahawah, we cleave unto Yahawah, and when these chastisements come upon us, these different ass whoopings, basically, it's a father whipping our ass, man. He got that belt, that switch, whatever you want to call it, and he's whipping our ass when it comes upon us. Guess what? We got to still cleave unto the Heavenly Father, man. All right, and hope for his mercy. All right, understanding that we don't deserve it. And that's what the Lord, and that's ultimately what got favored in the eyes of the Lord with Ezra. This is 2nd Ezra 8:45. Be not wroth with us, but spare thy people, and have mercy upon thy own inheritance, but thou art merciful unto thy creatures. So we're looking for the mercies, man. All right, if you're looking for mercy, that don't mean you get chastised, you just cast off your integrity. You gotta get better. All right, like when you get chastised by your parents, you get whooped, you get put on punishment. Your whole say you get chastised for bad grades. the whole next semester, your job is what? You're trying to get better grades. You ask your teachers for extra reports and shit. Can you, so I can show your parents and shit? So you maybe get on punishment sooner. All right? But you show that effort. That's the Lord want, man. And hopefully we get the mercy. Then answer he being said, things present are for the present, and things to come for such as be to come. For thou comest far short, that thou shouldn't be able to love thy creature more than I, but at all times draw nigh unto thee and unto it, but never to the unrighteous. Is this also the fact that we get chastised, the fact the Lord is drawing nigh to us to correct us, man, that's a heavy sin. Hey, through his spirit, we're not unrighteous, man. He just told Ezra, you're not unrighteous. Ezra beating himself up right here. And he said, look, I draw nigh to my creature and unto you, but not unto the unrighteous. He just told Ezra, you're not unrighteous. In this also, there are marvels before the Most High. So we got to be confident, man, in his truth, man. We get chastened, man, but we're not destroyed. Paul said that. All right, we're chastened, but not destroyed, man. And this also, there are marvels before the Most High, in that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee. So we should humble ourselves, man. If we ain't the Lord, we fuck up, all right, and we do deserve death. All right? It has not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So look, the Lord put us in this shit, man, so we can be humble. We can be broken, contrite. That's the Lord wants, man. All these people about to get destroyed because of pride. All these niggas we done broke bread with that have walked up, that want to pull a bang round on us and teach the truth, they will be put to death because they didn't want to do the one thing, man. And that's simply repent and humble down to the Lord. He's not asking us to be perfect. What's that, Sirach 17? You know thy frame? The Lord know what he made, man. He know we in this fucked up ass flesh. And guess what? We gotta acknowledge it. We gotta acknowledge we in this fucking flesh, man. We fuck up all day, man. And hope for mercy. That don't mean just, okay, fuck it. No, you hope for the mercies. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and at the end is showed the treasure of immortality. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. Man, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. All right, so we just got to stay on the path, man. All right, man, that's heavy, man. All we got to do is stay on the path, man. And the Lord said he was acknowledged that we ain't that we're nothing, man. Acknowledge that we're in this sinful flesh, man. All right, and we'll take that acknowledgement and we walk and hope for the mercy of the Lord, man. That's what the Lord wants from us. He said that was marvelous to Ezra, marvelous to him about Ezra, man. He humbled himself, man. He didn't count himself worthy. That's the sacrifice the Lord wants. So I got that Psalm 51, and then whatever else y'all got too.
In Psalm 51 and 17, the sacrifice of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, or Yahawah thou will not despise.
That's what the Lord wants, man. He wants us, and we come before the throne of the Most High, man. He wants us to humble down. Be afraid, man. And how was Esther before she came before that heathen king? All right, she came before the throne, man. She was fearful. You know, she was bold, but she was fearful, man. She said, because he can have you put to death if he didn't call you to come before this throne. So we like Esther, man. We hope we come before the throne of the Lord. And he's looking at us. We hoping that he gives us the mercy. Like, look, they can live. All right? That's all we can do. We know we're doing something we're not supposed to do. Like she knew she wasn't supposed to go before him like that. You know, we fuck up. So look, we hoping the Lord has mercy on us, man. Then we get the thumbs up. Live.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 73. And it reads, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And, you know, when you try gold in the fire, you're basically purifying it. All right, and it takes out all the impurities out of it and makes it more pure. The same thing what the Most High is doing with us, man. All right, every time he chastises us, man, he's making us more pure, man, more perfect, man. All right, he's building us up, man. He's making our spirit stronger. He's increasing our faith, man. All right, hey, right now we're spiritually being tried in the fire, man. We just gotta endure, man, and hope for the Lord's mercies, man.
I got one. This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shinganah. It says, O Lord, I heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known, and wrath remember mercy. So right, man, we heard the Lord's speech, man, and we was afraid. So we just hoping the Lord corrects us, man, and he corrects us not his wrath, like that Jeremiah the 10th chapter speaks about, man, lest we come to nothing. So we just praying and hoping for the Lord's mercies, man, that we be kind of righteous, man. But I have one more. This Psalms 139 and 23. It says, search me, O power, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So, hey, we just hoping, and we ask the Lord to try us, man, see if there's any wrong and wickedness in us, man, and praying that the Lord leads us in the right way, praying that the Lord corrects us, man. Because, hey, I got that Hebrews 12 that talks about the correction. Is Hebrews 12 and 6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. And that Proverbs the 13th chapter speaks about who, if you hold your rod for your son, you hate him, man. Basically, you correct your son, you love him, man. So basically, if you hold your rod, the Lord doesn't love you, man. It says, if you endure chastening, Yahawah dealeth with you as with sons. So if you endure this, man, if you get through it, the Lord's going to dealing with you as sons, man. It says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So basically, you're gonna have to go through these things, man, because we not on point, man. We go off, and this correction is a discipline for moral improvement, trying to get us better, trying to make us better to be the righteous leaders of the universe, man, in due time. But it says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers in, then are ye bastards and not sons. So yeah, if you don't have this chastisement, you're not a son of the Lord. So you have to go through these things. You have to get corrected to get to with the Lord, man. You have to get disciplined. You have to get broken down and build back up, man. You have to get corrected. It's just a thing that you have to go through, and it's going to improve you to be better, not to destroy you, but to make you morally improved, make you more righteous, make you better than what you was, because we always going off, we always in wickedness, but we all need to be corrected, man. And it's less than we deserve. Can you read verse 5? Verse 5. This Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 5. It says, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
I got something back you up. This Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastening of Yahawah, neither be weary of his correction. For whom Yahawah loveth, he chasteneth, even as a father, the son in whom he delight. So, hey, you can't despise getting corrected, man. That's all it is to better you, That's just like, hey, you messing up in the basketball game, your coach pull you to the side, tell you what you should be doing, you gonna get mad at your coach for telling you to do something better. It's the same way with the Lord, man. The Lord is just trying to make us better, man. All right, you want to be a guy, you want to be better, you gotta go through hell. You gotta go through the chastisements of Yahawah Wow.
We learn to be righteous rulers forever, man. All right, you got to know when to get at the proverbial pat on the wrist, or you got to throw the whole book at a motherfucker. It's a balance to it all. What Wisdom Solomon 12 says that when we are judged, we look to the Lord's mercies. But when we do judge, we're going to consider his mercies, man. All right? So we learn the judgment, man. We learn to be merciful, man. And you know what? It's a spirit we need to learn that because you know when you first come to the truth, you start off OR as fuck too, man. Over righteous. You be on JK everything, man. And as you learn, as you go, you learn mercy, man. All right? That's the spirit. We learn how to rule the whole world, man. The whole universe, everything.
Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 23. For thou have mercy upon all, for thou canst do all things. And weakest at the sins of men, because they should amend. Right? So you got something the Lord's winking at, man. Instead of chastising you, instead of correcting you, instead of you getting hit by that drunk driver or whatever bad outcome that can that can come, hey, the Lord will withhold that judgment in order for you to realize, that you could have been like that. And hopefully that you change your ways, right? The one thing about the wicked, man, they don't take consideration about the chastisement that is there for you to amend your ways. Verse 24. For thou lovest all things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made. For never would thou have made anything if thou hadst hated it. And how could anything have endured if it had not been thy will, or been preserved if it not called by thee? Right, man. So, hey, it's the will of the Lord, man. All right, all this is because the Lord has mercy on you, man. All right. So, but thou sparest all, for they are thine, O Yahawah, thou lover of souls, man. All right, the Lord loves us, man. Okay, the Lord loves the elect. All right, the scripture told me how he has care for the elect. All right. Hey, but we gotta take into account, all right, that the Lord is angry and can destroy you in his sword of pleasure, man. All right, all right. It taking into account all the time that he could have challenged you way more than what you went through, man. You know. Go ahead.
This Micah 7:18. Who is a power like unto thee, that pardon iniquity and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retained not his anger forever, because he delighted in mercy. All right, so Yahawah, he delights in mercy, man. You know, he's a very merciful power, man. All right, and hey, we're trying to be just like Yahawah. You know, when we deal with having to put judgment, on certain things, man, we gotta learn how to be merciful, the same way the Lord is. And it says he will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities and cast them. I'm saying, and thou will cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou will perform the truth to Jacob and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers for the days of old. See, how about you now, he's going to get rid of the sins of the elect, man. You know? Hey, the Lord is a very merciful power, man.
Hey, but it goes back to that Jeremiah 30. The mercy is there, but he still won't leave us unpunished. All right. We still won't be unpunished, man. We're going to wrap it up. You got something else? You got something else?
Yeah, I had a couple in it. I couldn't find it what you're actually looking for there. We were talking about 12.
Which part? I read what's on 12. I quoted another one.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yep. Okay. We were Solomon 12 and 21. Without great circumspection didst thou judge thine own sons, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promises. Therefore, where
so it's a great circumspection, man. Mm-hmm. All right, the Lord thought about it greatly how he's going to chasten us. All right, he thought about how he's going to chasten up the damn heathens, man. How much more chasten us?
Let's get down to verse 26. But they that would not be reformed by that correction, wherein he dallied with them, should feel a judgment worthy of the Most High, man. All right, hey, because too many of our people are not getting reformed or the correction of the Lord, man. All right, and that's why when things happen to brothers, when things happen to yourself, hey, that's for correction, man. That's for you to acknowledge, all right, that you may be off on something, man. You know, and the Lord is using that time for you to get right instead of just taking the spirit from you, you know.
This is Proverbs 13 and 24 it says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his child, hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastises him betimes." Right, man. The Lord, if he chastises you, he's loving you, man. If that means the Lord cares for you to be morally improved, man. Know that just like the second Maccabees by the red, it said it's a token of his great goodness, man. So this is a sign of the Lord's great goodness, man.
Hey, yeah, that's the spirit. So that means us getting our ass beat is mercy. So therefore, hey, we can't get too down about it, man. Of course, don't chastise feel good at the moment, but it yielded the peaceable fruit unto righteousness, man. All right, so we need it. So all we can do, we gotta just trust in the Lord, man. All right, was there more on that? Swatch.
Nah, but I had nothing.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach 37 and 15. It says, "And above all this, pray to the Most High." That
I was just gonna quote that before I read the Sirach too, because that's how, man. The spirit, bro. We finna get delivered, man. Look, we give check. Hey, what did Paul say, man? And he went the whole list of things he said with Paul making many rich. All right, chance not destroyed, man. That's us, man. All right, the Lord is showing He's having mercy on us. All right, so it's only right that we go through some shit. Yahawah would do more than anybody, than all of us combined. So we gotta fucking deal with it, man. And may Yahawah increase His mercies upon us, increase His gift of faith in us, and strengthen us to endure, man, and to trust in Him, man. It's like
This is Sirach 37 and 15. It says, "And above all this, pray to the Most High, that He would direct thy way in truth." So, hey, man, we just got to pray the Lord direct our way in truth, man. And directing our way is, scourging out that wickedness, man. Because at the end of the day, you go get corrected one way or another. You go get corrected right here spiritually, or then you go get corrected physically, man, with that ICBM getting purged, man. So you got to get purged physically, spiritually or physically, man.
Man, this is Sirach 2 and 16. 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey His word. They that love Him will keep His ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto Him. And they that love Him shall be filled with the law. They that fear Yahawah by Hashem Yahawah will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sight. Like Ezra did, humbled down. All right. Accepted that we in this weak ass flesh, man. All right. We need the Lord. And humble down what though? Saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as His majesty is, so is His mercy. So that's what it is, man. We pray to the Lord to direct that way in truth, and we fall back in His hands and hope for the mercies, man. That's all we can do. All right? Hoping and believing that whatever we go through is for our chastening and not for destruction. As it is written, we're not called into wrath into this thing, man.
So yeah, I got one more. This Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, "Pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud." So hey, to be inside of a prideful spirit, man, you're gonna get destroyed having that mindset, man. All right, having a humble spirit, man, is much better because guess what? You're gonna ask God about shot to cleanse your sins, man, cleanse you, and put you through those chastisements so you can be better, man. A prideful person wouldn't do that.
One more. Damn, since you said that, Ephesians the 2nd chapter. When it says the gift of faith so we can't boast. That's another thing too, man. You can't get that spirit while I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm holy, righteous. Nah, it don't work like that because all the stuff you're doing, yeah, that's good as you're supposed to do. What about all the shit you ain't done? What about all the mistakes? Moses did everything the Lord told him to do. And then he did the one thing the Lord didn't tell him to do. And that earned him death. So you can't boast in no works, man. This is all mercy from the Lord. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What the fuck? You're supposed to do that. What about the times you pissed the Lord off, man? Slide.
This is Ephesians 2 and 9. Not of works, lest any man should boast.
I'll start up one.
This is Ephesians 2 and 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahawah.
So that's even humbling, man. the faith that we gain in us of ourselves, man. The Lord programmed us to have that faith, man. The Lord programmed us with that fear of Him, man. It says the fear of the Lord is made with the faith from the womb. The Lord did all this Himself, man. All right.
He says, not of works, lest any man should boast.
All right, and it ain't of work. We can't boast, man. We ain't did nothing to make ourselves perfect or make ourselves righteous, and it's nothing that we doing to actually make us earn salvation, technically, man. It's all mercies.
This is First Corinthians 4:7. It says, "For who maketh thee to differ from another, and what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if that thou hast not received it?"
Right, man. Everything that we got, we received it, man. There's the spirit to do these works. We received it from the Lord, man. There's no way to glory or boast, man. Hey, you only glory in the Lord for doing this, man. Hope for the Lord's mercy that He doesn't destroy you, man.
God. So, hey, whatever's going on, still cleaving to the Lord, man. Because we can't serve the Lord perfectly. All right, and the corrections we go through, the chastisements, different lower states we got to deal with, man. It's also when the shit hit the fan, guess what? The Lord can say, well, I punished you for this already when I put you through this shit. Now you can come get the salvation, man. You can be delivered from this. You can be delivered from Jacob's trouble. All right? So with that, all praise and honor and glory to
Yahawah,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadalash.
double honor to the apostles. That was a great millstone, and South Texas breaststone this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, Abba.
Abba.